right, we're here with Chris Doering, Florida legend, obviously SEC Network. We're going to talk football. But there's two people that I'm jealous of when I come to SEC Media Days. It's Josh Pate and yourself, because I like to be the fittest guy in the room. And when you guys are around, I feel like I'm 450 pounds.
I appreciate you saying that, but it always makes me feel guilty here because we're so busy.
Yeah.
I didn't make it to the gym yesterday. I don't know. Did you hit the hotel gym?
I did.
How is it?
It's okay.
It's all right?
I'm going to go to LA Fitness later.
Are you?
Yeah.
I might have to tag along. But I did 7 hours of broadcasting yesterday,
Yep.
And then I had to do the fun stuff with Billy Lucci and the boys. So I got to get it in today. I'm going to the Bahamas the following weekend, so I can't be looking. I'm going with Peter Burns, so I can't have PB trying to outdo me out there.
But how do you stay so young? I mean, we're same age roughly. You're 51. I'm late 40s. I'm going to be 48. Mm-hmm. You don't age, man.
Man, I appreciate you saying that. The mirror tells me a different story.
Yeah.
But, honestly, I think, staying active and being fit is one of the things I think that keeps the aging process away. But I've naturally always kind of eaten clean, too.
Yeah.
I guess it's a gift because I never really craved the sweets and the stuff that's bad for you. So I think that's kind of benefited me as well.
Hey, so football-wise, I look at A&M's schedule, and I think it could be a good year because you get a lot of teams at home. But that first month of the season, you open up with Notre Dame, and then you go to Florida. Yeah. A&M hasn't won on the road since Nixon was president. It's been so long. How do you think they navigate through that first part?
Yeah, I'm really excited about this A&M team this season. Coach Elko, having been there before, understands the culture. Yeah. What he's been able to do with that defense the first time he was there, what he did at Duke, it just brings like a physical kind of mentality that I think is going to fit this A&M team, particularly when you go on the road, man. You play away from Kyle Field. You gotta play physical, and I think he'll bring that. So excited about Connor Wegman coming back, and it feels like a brand new start almost. He was gone so long last year. It seems like forever since we've seen him play. And I've heard a lot of talk about him being a first-round quarterback in the draft next spring. So I'm excited about what he can do in this offense too.
We had GMAC on the show, and I asked him, I'll ask you the same thing. Like, remember how you felt about him after that Miami game, and like how high things were. Yeah. And then it's been so long that I think people kind of forget what kind of quarterback he can be.
Yeah, no, he can make some really big time plays. I think, we ask him to play as a freshman, and I think a lot of times we remember kind of some of the mistakes and the growing pains that he went through. But all of that's going to benefit him. I think having torn my Achilles when I was in the NFL, when you have a season-ending injury and you're away from it, and you're watching all your teammates do it, it really gives you a better appreciation for getting to do what we do. But it also, I think it creates a higher level of sense of urgency and realizing that there's a finite amount of time that you're going to be able to play. And I think he's going to benefit from the struggles that he's gone through. He's going to benefit from the injury and the time away. And I just think he's going to play with a real intent and purpose this season.
Back to Florida, you look at that schedule. It's the hardest I've seen ever. People have said that, right? Could they be much better and yet it not be reflected in the wins, and could that cost Billy Napier his job?
I think that's possible. Let's start with the first part. Could they be better and not necessarily be reflected in the win improvement? I think that's possible. I don't necessarily see Coach Napier being on the hot seat. Now, short of just being a complete disorganized disaster, I think you have to understand that there's still some work being done and progress is being made. But I did their spring game. I talked with Coach Napier. Instead of saying, it's a tough schedule, I don't expect much, he's like, forget, I love it. Like, we get a chance, competitors want to go play the best teams, man. And he's actually made the point, last year they played Utah on the road to open the season. Well, this year they get to play Miami at home.
Right.
Instead of going to Baton Rouge and playing against the Heisman-led team with 2 first-round receivers, you get them coming to town without those guys. You instead of going to Lexington, you get Kentucky at home. Instead of Jordan Travis being the quarterback at Florida State, they got a new quarterback there. So I think there's a lot of things to be kind of excited about. I think Florida wins 7 games this year. I really do think it's as much as I don't think that there is a number that he has to hit to make it seem like a success, I think they win 7, and I think it looks a lot better than it did last year.
Appreciate you, sir.
Yeah, of course. Thanks for having me.
Man.
Appreciate it.